The Audi A3. Rather than thinking of it as an alternative to the Mercedes A-Class and the BMW 1 Series, think of it as a miniature version of the luxurious A4. How good is it? We'll find out on the show today. Audi's most affordable saloon in India mimics the looks of the A4, which in turn mimics the look of the bigger A6, which in turn of course mimics the look of the A8. But that said, why complain when the car looks this gorgeous on the outside? Key styling elements of course include that big goatee Audi grille up front, the chunky alloy wheels and the short and stubby boot. Well, in terms of boot capacity, the A3 really does come out ace, and this of course is the place where it has the edge over the BMW 1 Series as well as the Mercedes A-Class. As you can see, it's a very spacious boot. It really goes deep and is all the way to the back end of the backrest. And it's a very flat area. There's very minimal suspension intrusion into it. Well, even though there's a bit of a loading lip, it should not be too much of an issue for those transfers at the airport. Well, even though the A3 looks like a miniature A4 on the outside, when it comes to the cabin, this is a pretty roomy and large car on the inside. Well, just like most other Audis, cabin quality is absolutely faultless and the materials used are absolutely first rate. Well, we've come to expect the best materials in its class from any Audi now, and the A3 does not disappoint. All the switchgear, all the materials are absolutely top notch. Even the lower end of the dashboard and the center console really does feel superb in terms of build quality. Well, just like any other Audi, the seat comfort is very good and there's good amounts of support for your lower back, which means that those long journeys should not be very tiring, and there's also good bolstering for the sides. And that means that when you are pushing it in a corner, this seat will hold you well in your place. Well, in terms of the overall design, it's a very simplistic design. You get these AC vents which get these chrome surrounds and they mimic an aircraft's AC vent. Well, Audi have of course given this swivel wheel over here which houses the MMI system, and you can of course use all those features via this screen over here. Now, if you are not a big fan of the screen, you can always push this button and the screen will go inside the dashboard to give you a better view of the road ahead. Well, in terms of practicality, it's a good place to be because you get this box over here where you can keep your cell phone and your wallet, and you also get two cup holders over here, and the door bins are large enough to house those 1 liter bottles in. Well, so here I am now in the back seat of the A3, and if you've been inside an A4, then you will know that Audi really does make the best quality materials. Even though this car is the most affordable Audi, there's hardly any faulting with the materials, and as you can see, knee room is just about decent, but I have got place to stretch my feet at below the front seats, and that makes life a lot better. As always, I've adjusted the front seat for my seating position, and my height for reference is 5'10", and what that means is that even though I have decent amount of headroom over here, someone who is over 6 feet will struggle for sheer headroom. So in the overall analysis, a good place in terms of cabin ambience, but for taller people, they will struggle for headroom. Another downside on the A3 is the fact that the tunnel at the back is really tall, and what that means is that whoever's going to sit in the middle will struggle for legroom. Well, so here we are now driving the Audi A3, and we've got the Petrol at the moment with us, and of course this car comes with that hugely successful and very good to operate 7-speed dual clutch automatic gearbox. You can also use it by going into the manual mode by pushing it on the left and pulling it back for a lower gear, or pushing it up front for a higher gear. Well, where the A3, both the diesel and petrol, really impress is in the driver involvement and driver engagement, and this is easily the best Audi car for keen drivers out there. Well, the steering wheel is a delight to operate, and even though it's a little light when you are in the city, when you take it out on the highway, the weight adds up and this steering wheel feels very crisp and huge in terms of driver involvement. Well, Audi has also done a great job in terms of getting a superb balance between ride comfort as well as handling. What that means is that when you are pushing this car into a corner, it feels very dynamic and very reassuring, and when you are of course maneuvering it over that broken and badly patchwork road, it feels very comfortable as well. Well, both the petrol and the diesel motor on the A3 really do impress for sheer refinement, and both of them offer a lot of punch as well. They're very punchy motors, both of them, and even when you are revving it hard, both these motors remain relatively refined and make the cabin a pretty peaceful place to be in. Well, the A3 comes across as an outstanding product from Audi that really impresses on almost every front. It comes with a brilliant set of diesel and petrol engines, a posh cabin, and a fine balance between ride and handling. And all that, along with the Audi badge up front, means that desirability levels are right up there with the best, making the A3 a convincing buy for anyone in the entry premium luxury car market. Well, if you're in the market for a luxury car but want something slightly bigger, you can also check out a Mercedes C-Class review by clicking on this link below. And as always, don't forget to subscribe by clicking on this link above. It's bye for now and hope to see you soon.